This video is going to be different from what's usually covered, because this one's real. No fancy tips, no highlight clips, just truth. The truth about why most young footballers never reach their potential. And it's not because of talent, it's because they can't focus. They get distracted, they lose themselves before they even start the journey. Distractions are everywhere. Every single one of them is designed to steal your attention. The phone that lights up every few seconds, the parties that make you feel like you're missing out, the friends who say, relax, you've got time, and even the quiet voice that says, you're working too hard. Every one of those things pulls you a little bit further from the dream. The worst part is that it doesn't happen overnight. You don't wake up one day and say, I'm not serious anymore. It's slow, it's subtle. It starts when you tell yourself you'll just check your phone for a minute, or when you skip one extra session because you're tired. It's when you say, I'll start being serious again next week. That's the trap. That's how focus dies, one small compromise at a time. The phone is the biggest distraction in this generation. It's the one thing that separates players who want it from players who live for it. The average footballer spends hours scrolling through clips of players they'll never become, instead of becoming that player themselves. Every swipe gives a hit of dopamine that feels like motivation, but it's fake. It's progress in your head, not in your game. You can't focus on becoming elite when you're addicted to stimulation. Training feels boring when your brain is used to constant excitement. That's why players struggle to lock in. It's not because they don't care, it's because their attention span has been hijacked. The phone has trained them to crave instant results. But football is built on delayed gratification. The player who learns to delay that gratification, who can sit in silence, train alone, and be bored, that's the one who wins. The truth is brutal. If the phone controls your mind, it controls your future. If you can't go an hour without checking it, you've already lost hours that could have changed your game. You'll never outwork someone who trains when you scroll. Every young player hits a point where they feel like they're sacrificing too much. Friends are out living life. Loud music, laughter, girls, freedom. And you're there saying no again and again. It gets hard. The guilt hits. The thought of maybe just once starts creeping in. But that's the test, because the world doesn't pause for your dream. You can't chase a professional career and live like everyone else. Every late night, every hangover, every moment spent chasing temporary fun, it all has a cost. You might not see it instantly, but every night you trade for short-term pleasure takes you one night further from your long-term purpose. The players who make it aren't the ones who hate fun. They're the ones who know when it's worth it. They don't avoid enjoyment forever, but they understand seasons. There's a season to grind and a season to celebrate. The problem is that most people celebrate before they've achieved anything. They act like they've made it before they've even started. And once you start rewarding yourself too early, hunger disappears. If you really want to stand out, let other people live the weekend life. You live the future pro life, the quiet one, the one no one claps for right now, because when your time comes, they'll clap then, and they'll remember the nights you said no. Distractions aren't always bad things. Sometimes they're people you love, friends, family, relationships. They all carry emotions, and emotions take energy. Every argument, every misunderstanding, every situation where you have to explain your vision to someone who doesn't get it drains a part of you. The truth is, not everyone is supposed to understand what you're doing. When you start chasing something that requires obsession, the people around you will think you're changing. They'll call you distant, boring, or cold. But that's what happens when focus enters your life. People who don't have it mistake it for arrogance. It's okay to love people from a distance. It's okay to step back from conversations that lead nowhere. It's okay to protect your peace even if it looks selfish. Because focus is fragile. Once it's broken, it takes weeks to rebuild. Guard it like it's your career, because it literally is. Even family can distract without meaning to. When they question why you're training so much or tell you to have a backup plan, it plants doubt. But you can't let someone else's fear become your truth. Most people speak from their limits, not your potential. The ones who love you most often want to protect you from failure, but that protection can destroy your ambition if you're not careful. Listen with respect, but filter everything through your purpose. If it doesn't move you forward, it doesn't deserve your focus. Every player compares. It's natural. You see someone your age playing at a higher level, and the first thought is, why not me? But comparison is poison when it turns to self-doubt. The more time you spend watching others, the less time you spend improving yourself. Every player's timeline is different. Some peak early, others take time. Some blow up overnight, others grind in silence for years before it clicks. The moment you start measuring your progress by someone else's path, you lose sight of your own. There's only one thing that matters, whether you're better than you were yesterday. That's it. Every training session, every game, every decision either adds or subtracts from that equation. And the hard truth is that many players don't fall behind because of bad luck. They fall behind because they were watching others instead of working. Focus on your lane. Build so much discipline that you stop caring about validation. When you're locked in, the competition stops existing. You start creating momentum that others can't match because they're too busy looking sideways. The real ones move in silence until the world can't ignore them anymore. A big reason players lose focus is the people they surround themselves with. Energy is contagious. Spend time with 5 lazy people and you'll become the 6th. Spend time with 5 obsessed people and you'll level up without realizing it. Sometimes the people holding you back aren't bad. They're just not moving where you're going. If your circle doesn't talk about improvement, training, consistency, or goals, then what are you really building together? The wrong environment normalizes mediocrity. The right environment forces you to grow. Letting go of certain people doesn't mean hate, it means clarity. You're not better than anyone else. You're just choosing differently. You're choosing to give yourself a chance. If someone doesn't respect that, they were never meant to walk this path with you. Great players build solitude before they build status. They learn how to be alone, and in that solitude, they find their edge. Cutting out distractions isn't just about removing things. It's about replacing them with structure. Without structure, you'll always drift back to chaos. A disciplined routine builds focus automatically. Wake up with purpose. Train with intent. Rest with control. When your days follow a rhythm, distractions lose power because they no longer have space to enter. Focus grows when you keep promises to yourself. Every time you choose to train when it's easier to scroll, you build self-respect. Every time you choose recovery instead of another night out, you reinforce your vision. And self-respect is what creates unshakable confidence. Not fake motivation, not hype, but that quiet inner belief that no one can touch you because you know how hard you've worked. Focusing comes with loneliness. There's no way around it. The path to becoming elite is quiet, repetitive, and misunderstood. There are days when it feels like no one sees the effort. That's the emotional tax of chasing something bigger than yourself. But that pain is proof you're separating from average. It's supposed to hurt when you grow. Growth is never comfortable, but that discomfort is what forges mentality. Every player says they want to lock in, but few are willing to live through what it takes. To cut out distractions means to cut out comfort. It means saying no when it's easier to say yes. It means training when it doesn't feel worth it yet. But when focus becomes your identity, everything changes. You stop fighting temptation because it doesn't even register as an option. You stop explaining yourself because your actions speak louder than words. You stop needing validation because your goals validate your grind. Every generation produces thousands of talented players who never make it, not because they didn't have the ability, but because they didn't master focus. Talent gets you noticed. Focus gets you results, and consistency keeps you there. The truth is, distractions will always exist. The phone won't stop buzzing, the parties won't stop happening, and people won't stop doubting. The difference is whether you let those things own you. Every day is a battle for control. Control of your attention, your energy, your discipline. So if there's one message to take from this, stop letting temporary distractions destroy permanent dreams. If you enjoyed the video and stayed till the end, I know you are different. I believe you will go far in your journey. Subscribe, like, and comment down below for more videos like this. If you are ready to make the next step, get the Football Career Accelerator down below. But most importantly, enjoy the beautiful game.